Good evening. Parkview Health's big move from the current hospital on Randallia to the new medical center up north is less than a month away.
So in that month, what happens on Randallia? Yesterday in News Channel 15 special report, we gave you a look inside the new Parkview. And tonight, our Alyssa Ivinson continues Operation Transplant, turning the focus to what the future holds for the older Randallia campus.
Well, Parkview Hospital's been on Randallia Drive for more than 50 years. A lot of people worried it would pack up and leave when the expansion up north was completed. But Parkview says not only is it staying, it's making the campus better.
I think it's an icon for the community.
In 1953, Parkview Hospital moved onto Randallia Drive.
You know, where Randallia is located, I know 50 years ago it was very rural.
Now the hospital is surrounded by homes and businesses, an integral part of the neighborhood. So in 2003, when Parkview announced it was moving north and building a new regional medical center, people panicked.
Their greatest concern was that this would close and we would tear down that facility.
I didn't want Parkview just to become a park. And I just knew that if they would move out, the whole area could suffer greatly. Home values would go down. A lot of the shops and stores that are around there probably could go out of business.
Fort Wayne City Councilman Tom Smith jumped into action, forming the Parkview Select Committee.
These are people who lived around there, and they happen to be a bunch of very sharp people who I knew. And I said, look, here's the problem we have. We've got to work with the hospital to try to save what we can.
After years of brainstorming and ideas, the result?
They're staying, and they're going to have, quite a bit there.
The full-service emergency room, 150 patient beds, lab services, radiology, and select outpatient services are all staying. And some new concepts are moving in.
We really, from Parkview side, took this as a great opportunity. How do you transition this campus into something different?
The main focuses at Parkview Randallia are now rehabilitation, mental health, and senior care.
We think that is what our neighborhood is in need of.
Parkview's also trying to close the gap between needing critical care in the hospital and going home.
But there is a group of patients that are on ventilators for a period of time or have wound care needs that need a special level of service. And we knew that we were missing that piece to our post-acute strategy and started looking at partners to provide that care.
Two of the largest buildings next to the hospital right now hold Fort Wayne Cardiology and the Carew Medical Park. But once the move happens, these buildings will be the home to the new educational partnership.
Several universities coming together to meet some needs of healthcare providers, such as physical therapy, mental health, counseling, numerous different programs coming onto our campus to give it really an educational feel.
Parkview's looking into ways to partner with the VA hospital, and some of the doctor's offices and outlying buildings will move into the hospital.
That's a little bit different than other organizations are doing. We're happy about that.
While Parkview's presence isn't leaving, what could the drastic changes do to that area's economy? IPFW professor Dr. Karen Leonard spent more than 20 years in the healthcare industry advising hospitals.
For the Randallia area, because they are keeping so many services there, and there's not very many services supporting the hospital there, to be quite honest. There's not a lot of rental, medical rental. There's not a hotel nearby. There's not very many restaurants nearby. So I don't see much economic impact.
Construction planned to spruce up the hospital will create some jobs and put money into the community. Another effort that Parkview hopes proves it has no plans of leaving.
It's more than a hospital. It's providing education. It's going to provide health and wellness opportunities. It's going to be different. I think it's going to even be better.
And that, Smith says, is something everyone can be proud of.
This is probably the biggest success story I've ever seen that didn't involve government or some sort of outside influence, just people and that large corporation.
Check out today's News Sentinel for more on the services planned for the Randallia campus. Head to Wayne.com for an exclusive look inside the new Parkview Regional Medical Center at some of the new technology. Moving day is March 17th and Operation Transplant will be complete. Hospital officials estimate they'll move around 80 patients to the new facility. In Studio 15, Alyssa Ivinson, News Channel 15.